Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Young and the Restless channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit like for more daily drama updates and spoilers. Your support truly means a lot and helps our channel grow every day. Now let's jump straight into today's exciting update. The drama intensifies in Genoa City as new power shifts, old wounds, and dangerous secrets collide, setting the stage for a day filled with confrontation, suspicion, and high-stakes emotional battles. As the dust settles from a shocking corporate shakeup, Lily Winters finds herself standing firmly at the center of the storm. Having successfully regained control of Chancellor, Lily now carries the weight of every decision on her shoulders, and not everyone is convinced she is making the right ones. The news of her latest move spreads quickly through town, creating waves that reach every corner of the Newman, Abbott, and Winters families. What should have been a moment of triumph suddenly becomes the spark that ignites a series of tense confrontations, leaving Lily forced to defend her choices against some of the most influential people in her life. Among those struggling to accept Lily's decision is Nikki Newman, who has plenty of concerns of her own. After learning the details surrounding Lily's arrangement with Victor Newman, Nikki finds herself deeply unsettled by the direction things are heading. Yet it is not merely the business deal that captures her attention. The revelation that Lily has selected Kane Ashby to become the next CEO of Chancellor sends an even stronger shock through Nikki. For Nikki, the decision feels risky, perhaps even reckless, and she wastes no time making her concerns known. Questions come rapidly as she challenges Lily's judgment, probing her intentions and warning of consequences that may be looming just beyond the horizon. The conversation quickly grows tense as Nikki paints a troubling picture of what could happen if Kane fails to live up to expectations. Nevertheless, Lily refuses to be intimidated. She stands her ground with unwavering determination, defending Kane's capabilities and making it clear that her choice is final. No matter how many doubts Nikki raises, Lily remains committed to the future she envisions, determined to place Kane on the throne despite the growing chorus of opposition surrounding her. As word of Kane's new position spreads, another explosive reaction begins to take shape elsewhere in Genoa City. Devin Winters soon learns that Kane has been handed the powerful role of Chancellor's CEO, and the news hits him like a lightning strike. Any hope of a calm response quickly disappears as anger and protective instincts take over. Fueled by years of history, family loyalty, and concern for Lily's well-being, Devin seeks Kane out with fire in his eyes and determination in every step. What follows is a fierce and emotionally charged confrontation that leaves little room for misunderstanding. Devin gets directly in Kane's face, making it painfully clear that he is watching every move Kane makes from this moment forward. The warning he delivers carries genuine weight, rooted not only in business concerns but in deeply personal emotions. If Kane dares to tarnish Catherine Chancellor's treasured legacy, or if he causes Lily even a fraction of the pain she has endured in the past, Devin promises there will be consequences. His words are not empty threats. They come from a place of fierce devotion and unwavering protection, making the encounter impossible for Kane to ignore. Facing Devin's fury, Kane finds himself under tremendous pressure as he attempts to navigate the growing hostility surrounding his promotion. Rather than escalating the confrontation further, he may choose a different path, trying to reassure Devin that his intentions are honorable. Kane understands the significance of the role he has been given and the responsibility that comes with carrying the Chancellor name into the future. He also understands that Lily's trust is now intertwined with his own success or failure. As tensions simmer between the two men, Kane may promise that everything he does moving forward will be aimed at protecting both Lily and Chancellor itself. Whether Devin believes those assurances remains another matter entirely. The wounds of the past have not fully healed, and trust is a fragile thing in Genoa City. Still, Kane knows that if he hopes to succeed, he must somehow prove that he deserves the faith Lily has placed in him before his critics turn their warnings into action. Meanwhile, across town, another crisis continues to unfold with equally dangerous implications. Jack Abbott finds himself trapped in a complicated and increasingly risky situation involving Patty Williams and the woman he desperately wants to save, Diane Jenkins Abbott. Patty has managed to corner Jack in a way few people ever could, forcing him into a game where every move carries serious consequences. With Diane's safety hanging in the balance, Jack realizes he has little choice but to play along with Patty's delusions and expectations. To keep her cooperative, he must convince her that there is still a possibility of romance between them. It is a painful and uncomfortable strategy, one that demands sacrifices not only from Jack but from those closest to him. In order to maintain the illusion, Jack even arranges for his family to move out of the house so Patty can move in, creating a situation that grows more unsettling with every passing moment. Yet, despite all the effort, Jack soon discovers that keeping Patty close does not automatically provide the answers he desperately needs. Every conversation feels like navigating a minefield, and every clue seems frustratingly out of reach. Patty remains unpredictable, her emotions shifting without warning, making it nearly impossible to determine exactly where Diane is being held or what condition she may be in. The longer the uncertainty continues, the greater the pressure becomes. Jack's desperation to bring Diane home safely begins pushing him toward increasingly bold decisions. He understands that simply playing along may no longer be enough. If he truly wants to uncover the truth and rescue Diane before it is too late, he may have to take greater risks and employ far more daring tactics than he originally planned. The situation becomes a dangerous balancing act, with Jack constantly forced to choose between caution and urgency. As Wednesday's drama unfolds, Jack decides that waiting passively is no longer an option. Determined to regain control of a situation that has spiraled beyond anyone's expectations, he approaches the crisis from an entirely new angle. Every instinct tells him that time is running out, and every decision carries enormous emotional and personal stakes. His love for Diane fuels his determination, giving him the strength to push forward despite the dangers ahead. However, the path he is choosing is filled with uncertainty. Manipulating Patty is an extraordinarily dangerous game, and Jack knows that one wrong move could trigger consequences he cannot predict. The closer he gets to the truth, the more dangerous the situation becomes, creating an atmosphere of suspense that hangs over every interaction and every secret conversation. By the end of the day, the tension gripping Genoa City reaches an even higher level. Lily continues to defend her controversial decision while powerful voices question her judgment. Devon's fierce warning lingers over Kane like a dark cloud, serving as a reminder that his every action will be scrutinized. At the same time, Jack ventures deeper into dangerous territory, gambling everything in a desperate effort to save Diane before it is too late. The emotional stakes rise with every passing moment, and the possibility of shocking twists grows stronger. With loyalties being tested, secrets remaining hidden, and multiple lives hanging in the balance, the stage is set for dramatic surprises that could change everything. As these storylines collide, one thing becomes clear. The dangerous choices being made today will have consequences that echo throughout Genoa City long after the dust finally settles. The emotional aftershocks of these developments continue to ripple through Genoa City, creating an atmosphere charged with uncertainty and anticipation. For Lily Winters, the confidence she projects outwardly does little to erase the immense pressure building beneath the surface. Every conversation, every questioning glance, and every warning from those around her serves as a reminder that her decision to place Kane Ashby at the head of Chancellor is being scrutinized from every angle. Yet Lily refuses to allow fear or criticism to dictate her future. She has fought too hard and sacrificed too much to regain control of the company, and now that power is finally back in her hands, she is determined to shape its future according to her own vision. The weight of that responsibility is enormous, but so is her resolve. Standing firm against mounting opposition, Lily embraces the role of leader, fully aware that history may eventually judge whether her bold gamble becomes a brilliant success or a devastating mistake. The challenge facing Lily becomes even more complicated because the people questioning her decision are not strangers or distant business rivals. They are individuals who genuinely care about her and who have witnessed firsthand the pain and heartbreak that Kane has brought into her life in the past. That history lingers in every conversation, coloring every concern that Nikki Newman expresses and every threat Devon Winters delivers. To them, this is not merely a corporate appointment. It is a deeply personal risk that could reopen wounds they have spent years trying to heal. Lily understands those fears, but she also sees something different when she looks at Kane. Whether it is growth, redemption, or simply a belief that people deserve another chance, she sees potential where others see danger. Her determination to trust her own judgment creates an emotional divide that may only widen as the days ahead unfold. Meanwhile, Kane finds himself standing in the center of a storm that he never truly expected to face. Becoming Chancellor's CEO should be a moment of triumph, a chance to prove himself and build something meaningful. Instead, the position immediately transforms into a test of character unlike anything he has experienced before. The hostility directed toward him is impossible to ignore, especially when it comes from people who are fiercely protective of Lily. Devon's warning echoes in his mind long after the confrontation ends. Those words carry the unmistakable message that Kane is being watched, judged, and measured against both his past mistakes and his future actions. The burden is immense because he knows that one wrong decision could validate every fear his critics have voiced. More importantly, he knows that disappointing Lily would be a failure far greater than losing any title or position. As Kane reflects on the responsibility now resting on his shoulders, the legacy of Catherine Chancellor looms larger than ever. Her name represents far more than corporate success. It symbolizes tradition, loyalty, integrity, and decades of history that countless people hold dear. That legacy is sacred to many in Genoa City, particularly those who view themselves as its guardians. Any misstep by Kane could quickly be interpreted as disrespect toward everything Catherine built. The realization forces him to confront an uncomfortable truth. Earning the CEO title was only the beginning. Now comes the far more difficult challenge of proving he deserves it. Every decision will be analyzed, every outcome debated, and every setback magnified. The road ahead promises little forgiveness and even fewer second chances. At the same time, Jack Abbott's situation grows increasingly precarious as his dangerous deception deepens. What began as a desperate effort to uncover Diane Jenkins Abbott's whereabouts slowly evolves into a psychological balancing act that threatens to spiral beyond his control. Patty Williams remains as unpredictable as ever, making every interword, every expression, and every action to maintain the illusion that Patty desperately wants to believe. The stakes could not be higher. If Patty senses manipulation, the consequences could be catastrophic, potentially placing Diane in even greater danger. Yet if Jack hesitates or backs away now, he risks losing the opportunity to save Diane altogether. It is a cruel dilemma that leaves him trapped between two equally frightening possibilities. The emotional strain begins to wear heavily on Jack as he navigates this increasingly complicated game. He is a man driven by love, loyalty, and determination, but even those strengths have limits. Watching his family make sacrifices for the sake of this dangerous plan only intensifies the pressure he feels. Every step deeper into Patty's world pulls him further away from certainty and closer to unpredictable consequences. There are moments when even Jack questions whether he is pushing too far, whether the risks are becoming greater than the rewards. Yet the thought of Diane facing danger somewhere unknown immediately reignites his resolve. The possibility of bringing her home safely remains the light guiding him through the darkness, no matter how treacherous the path becomes. As the hours pass, a growing sense of suspense settles over Genoa City. Multiple storylines begin moving toward potential collision points, each carrying its own emotional and dramatic consequences. Lily's controversial leadership decision threatens to create divisions that could reshape business alliances and personal relationships alike. Kane's determination to prove himself places him under relentless pressure as he attempts to earn trust that many are unwilling to give. Devin remains ready to defend Lily at a moment's notice, his protective instincts stronger than ever. And looming over everything is Jack's increasingly risky attempt to outmaneuver Patty, a strategy that could either lead him directly to Diane or trigger a chain reaction of chaos no one sees coming. What makes these unfolding events so compelling is the uncertainty surrounding every choice. No one can say with confidence whether Lily's faith in Kane will ultimately be rewarded or shattered. No one knows whether Devin's fears are justified or whether Kane is truly capable of honoring the responsibility he has been given. Likewise, Jack's dangerous game remains balanced on a razor's edge, with success and disaster separated by the smallest margin imaginable. The tension comes not from what the characters know, but from everything they do not know. Hidden truths, unresolved emotions, and unpredictable human behavior continue to shape the path forward, ensuring that every decision carries enormous weight. As Wednesday's dramatic chapter draws closer to its most pivotal moments, the atmosphere becomes almost electric with anticipation. Powerful loyalties are being tested, old scars are being reopened, and dangerous risks are being taken in the name of love, family, and ambition. The choices made now will not remain isolated incidents. They will send shockwaves through relationships, businesses, and entire families, creating consequences that may last long after the immediate drama has passed. For Lily, Kane, Devin, Jack, Diane, and Patty, the future hangs delicately in the balance. And as secrets remain hidden and tensions continue to rise, Genoa City stands on the edge of revelations and surprises that promise to leave everyone stunned when the truth finally comes to light. As night begins to settle over Genoa City, the emotional weight of the day refuses to fade. Instead, it lingers in the air like an approaching storm, one that everyone can sense but no one can fully predict. Behind closed doors, conversations continue long after the public confrontations have ended. with every character left wrestling with the consequences of choices already set in motion. The confidence Lily displayed throughout the day remains visible on the surface, yet the responsibility she now carries grows heavier with every passing hour. She knows that placing Kane in such a powerful position has done more than reshape the future of Chancellor. It has challenged the trust of people she values, forcing her to stand between her own convictions and the concerns of those who care about her most. Even so, Lily remains determined to move forward, refusing to allow doubt to weaken her commitment to the path she has chosen. For Kane, however, the reality of his new role becomes impossible to ignore. The title of CEO may bring authority, but it also brings scrutiny from every direction. Devon's fierce warning is not something that can simply be brushed aside or forgotten. It serves as a constant reminder that his actions will be measured not only by business results but by the impact they have on the people around him. Every promise he makes now carries greater significance, and every decision has the potential to strengthen or destroy the fragile trust that still exists. Kane understands that words alone will never be enough. If he wants to silence his critics and justify Lily's faith in him, he will have to prove himself through actions. That realization places him at the beginning of what may become one of the most important battles of his life, a battle not for power, but for redemption. Elsewhere, Devon's protective instincts remain stronger than ever. His anger is rooted in more than simple disagreement. It comes from years of watching loved ones endure pain and disappointment, and from a deep belief that some risks simply are not worth taking. Even after confronting Kane directly, Devon is unlikely to feel any real sense of comfort. Instead, his concerns continue to simmer beneath the surface, leaving him alert for any sign that history may be preparing to repeat itself. The possibility that Lily could be hurt again is something he refuses to accept. That unwavering loyalty gives emotional depth to his warnings, transforming them from threats into promises. Whether anyone likes it or not, Devon has made it clear that he intends to keep watch over both Lily and the legacy of Chancellor with relentless determination. At the same time, Jack Abbott finds himself moving deeper into dangerous territory than he ever imagined. Every interaction with Patty Williams requires careful calculation, and every moment spent maintaining the illusion places him under increasing strain. The situation has evolved far beyond simple deception. It has become a high-stakes gamble in which emotions, secrets, and desperation are constantly colliding. Jack's determination to rescue Diane remains his driving force, but the closer he gets to uncovering the truth, the more unpredictable the journey becomes. Patty is not someone who can be easily controlled, and that uncertainty creates an undercurrent of tension beneath every encounter. One unexpected reaction, one misplaced word, or one moment of suspicion could unravel everything he has worked so hard to build. What makes Jack's struggle especially compelling is the emotional cost attached to every move he makes. He is not merely searching for information. He is fighting for someone he loves, someone whose absence has transformed every day into a painful reminder of what is at stake. That urgency fuels his willingness to take risks that might otherwise seem impossible. Yet the danger grows with every step forward. The deeper he ventures into Patty's world, the greater the possibility that the situation could spiral beyond anyone's control. It is the kind of suspense that keeps everyone guessing, because success and disaster remain equally possible outcomes. As these storylines continue unfolding, a powerful sense of anticipation begins to surround Genoa City. Alliances are being tested, loyalties are being questioned, and emotions are reaching their breaking points. Lily's controversial decision, Kane's uncertain future, Devon's fierce protectiveness, and Jack's dangerous mission all seem to be moving toward moments of reckoning that cannot be avoided forever. The calm that occasionally appears on the surface feels increasingly deceptive, masking tensions that continue building beneath it. Every character stands at a crossroads, facing choices that could alter relationships, careers, and futures in profound ways. By the time the next chapter begins, the stage will be perfectly set for surprises, confrontations, and emotional revelations. Questions remain unanswered, trust remains fragile, and hidden truths remain buried just beneath the surface. Yet one thing is becoming unmistakably clear. The decisions being made now are not temporary moments of drama. They are turning points. And as Genoa City moves forward into uncertain territory, the consequences of those choices promise to echo through the lives of everyone involved, creating the kind of unforgettable twists and emotional fallout that leave viewers eagerly waiting to discover what happens next.